Hi, Virgo. Actually, I got a new deck in, and I'm really excited to use it, so I wanted to go with you guys first. A second ago, I lit this candle, and the flame went so high, it almost like caught my feathers here on fire. So I'm hoping it does not do that again. We will find out. So someone's light is burning bright. Just be careful not to make it too bright so you don't burn your house down. Okay. Keep hearing 156, 156, 156. All right, let's see. Wait, before we start here, when I was setting up this room, and I know this is still a mess right now because I keep changing everything around and I've like made a complete and total mess out of everything. But sometimes in life, we have to make a mess of everything so that things can fall into place where they're supposed to be. Um, and like the nitpicky way, the exact way we want it to go. And I'm a Virgo sun myself, so I know I like things to go exactly the way that I want them to go. Sometimes I change them around, but the big things in life, we know what we want. We know for a fact what we want, and we will sit there and we will overthink all these tiny little details to make what that one thing is that we want work. We'll go over it again and again and again and again and again, and it sometimes is our best friend and sometimes it's our worst enemy. Sometimes we are our worst enemy, because sometimes we want we want our stones to look like this, cut and shiny and polished, right? But we forget that we fell in love with this in the first place. We found this. This is what we fell in love with. This. And we help it become this. Both are beautiful. Both are amazing. Neither one should be taken for granted. Neither one is less beautiful than the other. They're just different. They just look different on the outside. When we bust them open, like this over here, it's just as beautiful and just as sparkly and just as perfect. Just, I I don't know what Spirit put that in my mind, but that's what I'd heard. I don't know if we think that about ourselves or whether we think that about someone else, or maybe we think that we're not as good as another one. Maybe we think that we're still this and other people look like this. And we think we're not good enough. But I'm going to tell you right now, someone somewhere likes the natural stone that's you, likes you the way that you are, for all your uniqueness. And if someone doesn't, if someone leaves, someone else will come along when you're ready, when it's time. You gotta before they come along, I'm gonna suggest this. Know for yourself, know that you are beautiful the way you are before you get into the next one. Because if you can't love yourself the right way, we can't teach anybody else how to love us. If Because we haven't even taught ourselves how to love ourselves. Because Virgos, we spend our whole life giving and doing for others, and most of the time getting taken for granted, getting looked over. And a lot of times when we put ourselves on the back burner, we teach people how to put us on the back burner to appreciate us less than everything else in the world. Maybe you've just stepped into your power knowing that you're worth more in the past couple years. Maybe you're wanting someone to see you for who you are. Maybe you're just wanting to see yourself that way. I don't know. Let's get into this. 156, I think I said. This is just an overall energy. 156. It's time truly heal all wounds. I will not ask you to stay. If you must go, go. I don't need you. I will breathe carefully. I will smile slowly without you. Go on eventually without you. I'd be much happier if you chose not to leave. But if you must let go, and I will too. Hopefully one day I will teach my heart not to break when everyday thoughts lead to you. I'm afraid I'm much too weak. I'm afraid we'll always be a book with the end pages ripped out. I'm afraid I'll always wonder, always ache, always place everyone second to you. I'm afraid I'll always love you, but I will not ask you to stay. Hey Virgo, that one in my soul. Let's get into this, see what's going on. In the past, you were put into a position where you had to find self-love, that knowing that you were just as beautiful as the stone that's cut. Currently, you have a soulmate in your energy. Okay, I'm here. I'm seeing this, and the soulmate. I'm getting the soulmate is from the past, right? Okay, because look, it's like a play. It's a show of something that's already happened. Maybe you're doing the Virgo and going over things over and over and over again. Um, Future energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Advice from Spirit. The Hierophant. And the Ten of Swords. Look at that. That looks rough. That's a pretty rough Virgo. Justice. Alright, this is the last one I'm pulling for here. Look at this Five of Cups. Okay, he's not look, he's not focused on nothing. This person's not focused on the Three of Cups that were spilled. They're not focused on these Two of Cups they got right here. You know, I'm hearing their person's there. This woman's like yelling at this little man, being like, you gotta listen to me. And he's closing his ears. He's like, I'm not listening. Because she's like yelling at him. Okay. Let's see. Maybe Spirit's yelling at you. Maybe Spirit's yelling at them. We'll define this and get into this. Alright, the past. The self-love, that's going away. We don't focus on the past no more because there is focusing on the past too much. Well, I mean, obviously you are because you're replaying everything in your head. Let's see. Empress energy is right on the bottom. Let's see how this goes. Alright. Showing about the Six of Cups here. The soulmate. The Moon. There's deception. It's funny, this deck is called the Deviant Moon. Okay. There's deception. There could have been delays in this, with the soulmate. You could have been deceiving yourself about this soulmate. You could be playing back in your head something that's better than it actually was. Yeah, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Not wanting to let go. You feel like something else can be done. Maybe that's the reason why you're replaying it over and over and over and over in your head. Yeah, and it has you feeling stuck. But you keep replaying it because it's your Ten of Cups. You know? You've learned you've obtained the Nine of Cups here, right? So the only thing that you've got to earn going forward is your last cup. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you put anything in front of a Virgo and you be like, okay, you have 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups, 5 cups. You've got 9 cups and you only have 1 more. You tell a Virgo, you put it on a list, like put a little gold star up there. They're gonna go for it. They're gonna try, especially if it's something that they like. Virgos are those people where if they know what they want, they're gonna try their ass off. But if they don't think that they can achieve it, they just won't even try. Yeah, they won't try. They won't go for their choices, even if it is this lover. Maybe you guys have felt like, this offer is the one that you wanted. You don't want to see other offers. You've not even entertained other offers. You may love people. Give me one more card for this Ace of Pentacles. The Fool. You, someone's looking up. I'm not understanding. It's like someone doesn't want to hear it here, and then there's like a brand new start here. Like this, someone's looking up now. Maybe someone in this story needs to take their blindfold off, because look, again, the 6 of Cups. This is your person. There's the Empress again. And the Empress says, I'm not coming after you. I'm not going to ask you to stay. If you want to go, then go. I've probably poured everything I had into you out. I gave you all my soul and everything. I've probably worked these problems again and again and again, and I probably nagged again and again and again. And maybe that's what that nagging was right here. Where is it? Maybe you told someone again and again and again what you needed, but they didn't listen. It was like you felt like they didn't care because they weren't listening. They were listening to respond. They weren't listening to comprehend. And what's the point of listening? We can say the best thing, the most important thing is communication in relationships, but that's not true. The most important thing in relationships is comprehending what the other person is saying. And then having the love enough for that person to make the changes to make sure that you're not going to destroy them. Because when you love someone, you do, and you protect them. You don't cause this on purpose to where your person feels stuck in this tiny little box. Not only were they shoved in this tiny little box away from the light, you're also stabbed many times. This one's through its heart. Spirit said, this had to happen, Virgo. It had to happen. I know it sucks. But if this didn't happen, you would never have obtained your 9 of Cups. scales will be weighed. Tell me more about this story. Four of Wands. Four of Cups in reverse. Maybe this is your twin flame. Maybe this is someone you want to marry. Take it how it resonates. Someone is now turning this Four of Cups they didn't want to listen to before in the Five of Cups upside down. Maybe someone wants to listen now. Maybe someone wants something now. Maybe now they're starting to see that big cup that Spirit's trying to offer them from the sky is not the same as all the other cups on the ground because it's in the sky. It's like hot air balloon. You know, hot air balloons, they look so small in the sky. Look like you can just reach out and grab it. You know, but they're so far away you can't touch it. You know, maybe your person's so far away that you can't touch it, but when it gets closer, it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger. Whether that's side story, Spirit just said growing and healing. And seeing this on the ball, I'll talk about this in a second. But it's bigger. This looked like an egg to me. So Virgos, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if there's something that's had to do with a baby. If you're pregnant or someone you know is pregnant. I don't know. It's possible. So if you're not ready for kids, make sure you take the precautions. You got the Three of Swords in reverse. You're healing. Somebody's healing. Hopefully everybody in this story is healing. Okay, I just heard a new deck. Alright, we'll go with this. Alright, tell me the story, Spirit. Tell me a story. Look, she's pregnant. This is the Queen of Cups. Okay, I'm feeling this is a different story than the last one. So, even if you were nagging your person, okay, Virgo, this is a different Virgo. This is someone who is celebrating becoming pregnant because they're 10 of Cups. This is the last cup. You have everything you need. Now, everything you needed monetarily. Now you're adding in the last cup, which is your baby. Look, is this little baby that's being rocked right there? This kid is older. Maybe it's taken a while to have this baby. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Tell me more about the story, Spirit. What's going forward with this little one? Six of Swords. A new cycle has begun, and you're going to calmer waters. You're following this breeze, because look, this breeze is going from here and following. You're moving away from, maybe there's things that you still haven't healed. Okay, whoever this story is, Virgo, you have things from the past that make you sad when you focus on them. Maybe you burnt out in the past. See all these little wands down there? Some of you, I don't even want to speak this. Maybe some of you guys have lost a child in the past. And you're holding tight to this one. But you keep remembering the ones that you've lost. Maybe you have 2 kids now. Maybe you're just sad because you're remembering the one that you lost, the one that came before. And you're hoping and praying this time it's going to be different. You want it to be different this time. You want this one. Virgo, if you've lost a child, I'm so sorry. Spirit is saying justice is coming. And it's funny because like I look at that and what I see is her trying to peep and see what's going. Maybe someone's trying to see if it, if it's going to come true or not. They're trying to see the future. They're listening to tarot cards. They're trying to ground themselves, to be safe, to be peaceful. They may have to be alone to find their solitude. Maybe and this could be a warning, Virgo, if you've lost a child in the past, Spirit's telling you, calm. You've got to find peace. Don't make your anxiety high. Don't make it big. Don't look. Remember what I said about the fire? The fire was about to get so big it would burn the house down. Spirit's saying the troubles will come, but don't let them grow so big in your head that they burn your whole house down. Because this is what I've got coming for you. This is what you want. This is your ninth pin. You had the 9. This is your 10th gold star. You're Virgo. You want those gold stars. So listen and calm. Ground yourself. Be peaceful. And trust. And just wait. Some of you guys want a child, but it hasn't happened yet. Look at this. Okay. This kid has got this chains and these shackles tied to this old broom. That's what's holding him there. That's what's holding him in the place of not moving forward. But look, he has the key right there in his hand. Or she, whichever. They have the key. They can unlock that and move forward anytime they want. Yeah, it's a she. Maybe you've tried to have kids in the past and it never happened. Maybe you're afraid it's not going to happen, but Spirit's saying, hold on, relax, Find peace. Ground yourself. Let me see. Let's pull from here. Got cycles. I'm hearing 3. 3 moon cycles, 3 years. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story, alright? It's about my dream. One of my dreams. Alright. Since I met my twin flame, I've had dreams that felt so real. Like, I woke up and when I woke up I felt like this world was what was fake, and it was the weirdest thing. But every time my twin comes into my dream, that's the way it feels. It's not like any other dream I ever have about no one else. Okay, you see these girls down here. Now, a long time ago I would have read these as 3 different women, but I don't anymore. I see this because the last time my twin came into my dream, he had gray hair. Every time he's came into my dreams, he comes into my dreams and he'll talk, but then I'll ask him why he's there and he won't say anything and he will leave. It's just he shows up and then it's like I can see him, and then when I ask him why he's there, he leaves. He doesn't speak. He runs away before I get the answer. You know, so it's like sometimes we're not going to know the answer until we get there, till it's time, you know. But 3, a long time ago, before my twin left, I had heard 3 all the time. I kept pulling the number 3, and I'd heard this one reading that I had clicked on, and it like triggered me back because it was like 3. This is gonna be gone for like 3 months, 3 weeks, or 3 years. There's 3. Now, learning about the moon cycles, you have a progressive moon in your chart, and it lasts 2.5 years, right? So that would round up to 3. Every 3, almost 3 years, you know, your moon goes into a new placement, you know, and it's called your progressive moon. And so your moon is how you relate to other people, how you understand people, how you get along with people. And just as this, you know, it was like 3. The last dream that I had of my twin, he had gray hair. Now, he's came to me in my dreams many times. Like one time he came to me in my dream, and it was something kind of a sad story like this. He had came to me in my dream, and we were in this scary house. Well, I was in this scary house first. And all these, like, they weren't witches. I don't know what they were. And I'm not saying anything bad about witches. I'm just saying, like, they were practicing a magic spell. And they were walking up to the altar with this one young lady. And there was 2 altars up there for, like, sacrifices. And my twin came in last, and he saw me, and he grabbed my hand because there was someone who looked back and saw me. So he grabbed my hand and he pulled me to the front, and he put me down on the second altar. The one had this lady, and this lady, she had a baby that was still supposed to be in the womb because it was still tied to her umbilical cord. And on the altar to the left, there was this woman, and there was this baby, and they were going to try to saw the cord to this child. And on the other altar, it was me, and it was the cord to my twin flame. And they had one saw, and they had to choose, you know. whose cord to cut. And they started to go for the baby, and I screamed, no, protect the child, protect the child. And so they took the saw, and they took the saw away from the baby, and the baby was born. The baby was okay. And the woman held the child, and they took the saw, and he brought it over. My twin brought it over, and he looked at me in the face, and it was like a sadness, but an anger all at the same time. And he went to go cut our cord, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, you can't cut our cord. Our cord doesn't cut. You can't cut it. I was like, you can try, but I promise you can't cut it. Like, we're connected forever. I was like, I'm sorry that you're connected to me, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be with me, but our cord is together. And he looked sad. He was trying so hard to cut this cord. And it was because he was sad. Because a lot of times it's a lot easier to just let go of something than to face or fight for something, because sometimes we just get so tired of fighting. And I couldn't be mad at him because I told him to protect the child, and he took the saw, and the child was born, and he saved the child, and that was exactly what I needed him to do. I wanted him to protect the baby. I knew no matter what happened to me, as long as he protected the baby. And so this one woman with blonde hair, she's really beautiful. She come up and she grabbed my hand, and she pulled me up off the altar. She was really beautiful, but she was really mean. Let me rephrase that, okay? She was really beautiful, but she was really mean. You could tell in her face she was mean, and she wanted the worst things for me. And she wanted our cord cut. And so she pulled us into the other room, and they were trying to figure out what to do. And the room had lots of books. And she was looking through these things, and I looked at him and I said, what are you doing? I don't understand why I'm here. I didn't ask to be here. I was like, I love you. Like, why? And he looked at me and he was like, shh. He didn't want me to speak. He didn't want me to say how I felt, because he didn't want this other person to hear. And she looked through these books, and she was looking through these books, and she was trying to figure out how to cut the cord. And I said, please don't let her. Please help me. I don't want this to happen. And I said, I don't want to lose you. And he leaned in closer. He leaned close to me. And he said, okay, pretend like you're gonna kiss me. And he got really close, and he had turned his head so that the woman on the other side of the room behind the desk, it looked kind of like a lawyer's office or a place where you would go to get divorced or whatever, And he turned his head so it would look like he was kissing me to this woman. Like, like he cared. Well, he got so close to me that I was like, why are we pretending? And I kissed him. And when I kissed him, the light came out. But he was like, now we have to be careful. Because when he kissed me and the light came out and the light shined into the world, she got so mad. She was furious. She looked like she was going to kill me. And like she came at me while he was kissing me and the light was coming out. And then I woke up. And so like that just reminds me of this story. Well, this music does not help. Hold on. So it's kind of like, someone's afraid they may lose a baby. Someone's afraid if they can't have a baby, or if they can't give someone a baby, that their person will leave. The person may divorce them. The person may not love them anymore. But all it took was a kiss to make everything okay. To remember that there was love there. There was something that was so beautiful that was there to begin with. You can't forget that. And we have to believe that this was meant to be our 10 of cups, our 10 of pentacles. That whether we have this child or not, we had what we were striving for all along. Maybe we just took it for granted. Maybe they took you for granted. Maybe you took them for granted. But that love is there, and all it takes is a kiss. Man, every inch of my body feels like I'm sweating. That was an intense dream. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, see? That's what I was just saying. The initiation card fell in the bottom. Maybe someone feels like they were supposed to do something, but look, there's that cord. There's the cord on the altar. Which Tower of the South? Watchtower of the South. Maybe someone's watching. Guardian. Okay, I'm hearing someone who is not a good person is watching. Right? Someone who is not good for this person is watching. But Spirit's saying, don't worry. You're being guarded. Spirit's watching you. There's that frog. Look, the altar. But it came in reverse. Okay, I believe this is supposed to be like the manifestation card, the magician. And it's like they're not manifesting. Spirit's saying you're not manifesting right. You got to believe. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you are correct. And sometimes people like to say, you don't manifest the bad things. Yes, you do. And I'm going to tell you how. Okay? I was in college. I had to read this book called Who Moved the Cheese. Okay? I thought it was going to be a really dumb book. It was for one of my business classes. And then I got to this one verse in this book. This one verse changed my life. And it said, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you are right. And what it goes on to talk about and what you learn from that is that's how you manifest. Manifest isn't just saying, hey, okay, I'm going to ask for this and then it's going to come and Spirit's going to give me what I deserve. No. Manifestation still takes you putting in the work to receive what it is that you want. You can't have a baby if you don't do the things that produce a baby. You can't have a happy home if you're not happy. You can't have a happy life if you're not happy, because this is how it works. If you believe you can do something, Virgo, and as I said earlier, if a Virgo wants something and they think they can do it, they're going to give it their all. But if a Virgo starts to believe or starts to doubt that it's not going to happen, they will just give up completely and walk away, afraid that, they're not going to be good enough. It's going to ruin them. They're not going to get their gold star. Like it's like that. If you believe that you can't do something, you're not even going to try. But Spirit's saying, I need you to listen, to turn this manifesting from upside down to the right way, because you have this guardian watching over you. You have this guardian watching over you. I don't care who's going to come against you. You have someone good with you. And they're going to be there. And that's where you call in the faith. Because when you manifest, you ask for what you want, what you need. You tell Spirit of truth, this is what I want. And then you have to let it go. And then you work for what you want. If you're asking for happiness, you can't point at other people and be like, they're the reason I'm not happy. Because sometimes Virgos, we are the most critical, but we always are more critical of ourselves than anybody else. And anybody who deals with a Virgo, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sorry. Sometimes we are that way, but I'm going to tell you, no matter how much we nag you, because this should be the Virgo card right there. And it's never done with anger, with hate. It's done because we see what we want and we believe that we can achieve something, and it can be the ultimate happiness. But we see all these little flaws and things that we've got to fix along the way. But Spirit's saying, Virgo, where's your faith in me? You're trying to do it all yourself. Okay? You believe that you can do it, which was part of it. But the next part is that you've got to lay it at this altar and you've got to give it to God. You have to be willing to give it up to obtain it. You have to be willing to have faith. That's the part that most people don't understand, is that you have to have faith. You don't expect it. You don't demand it. You ask God and say, I want this. I want this love. I want this person. I want whatever it is that you're asking for. And then you lay it at an altar of God, for God. And then God will give you. God will, if you have not because you ask not. If you don't ask, then you will not receive. That's kind of what that saying goes. But if it's meant for you, then God's going to give it to you. If you're asking for happiness and someone who is going to bring you pain and misery, God's not going to send them to you. And I'll tell you right now, Virgo, if you ask for someone and that's the right person, but it's the wrong time, Spirit will put you in that hangman mode. You'll be in this hangman mode and you'll have the key, or Spirit will have the key, right? They'll unlock it when it's time. And a lot of times it's to protect you for when the time is right. Maybe you weren't supposed to have a child at this time, but the child that was meant to come into your life, that was meant to be for you, will come when it is time. It may take a while, but Spirit's telling you, when it's time, it will come. It will be if it is meant to be. But if it's going to hurt you, He's not going to let it. Because sometimes God's rejection is for your protection. You have to have faith That even if it's this person that you want, if they're not the right one for you, God will still protect you. Because sometimes we want things, and wanting things are a whole lot better than needing things. And I'll go into that into another time. But sometimes God knows what we need. Not that we can't live without, but sometimes God knows what we need in our life. And He sees the bigger picture. So sometimes we have to get into this mode. This boxed in, scared, afraid, and hurt, but we're gonna have the justice. Look at this face on these moons. There's two sides to this story. Yeah, there's grounding again. You need to find your peace. You need to find your grounding. Look, incubation. There's going to be a time of incubation. There's going to be a time of waiting because something has to develop the right way. It's your 10th cup, Virgo. It's your last cup of fulfillment. This is your 10th cup. This is the last one that you're going to get. The happiness, the everything. You know, this is the big cup that's coming down. This is the one that's going to be able, you're going to be able to pour all the other 9 cups into this gigantic but huge cup. Okay? Because it is written in the heavens. What was meant for you will always be for you. Doesn't matter if it takes 1,000,000 years. Doesn't matter if it takes a week. What's meant for you can never be taken from you. Because God gave it to you Himself. I'm just going to pull one here. Oh. Purification. The holy water. This is God pouring out His love on you. Alright, I'm going to pull one here, and then I'm going to pull one of this new deck that I got of inner peace. Because unshakable inner peace. Because that's what it sounds like this reading needs. To know you're okay, whether you have it or you don't. You'll be okay. You're never alone because God's always there. Oh my God, calm the bleep down. Don't take that personally, Virgo. 99% of your problems would be better handled if you would simply calm the F down before you do anything. Try it. Are you butthurt about something? Calm the F down. Are you afraid? Calm the F down. Is the house on fire? Is the house on fire? Hopefully someone's house isn't on fire. And if someone's house is on fire, I am so sorry. Okay, well, get out of there. Call 911 and calm the F down. Okay, so Spirit's telling you, you know, if trouble's coming, get out of the way. Get to where it's safe. Call 911 or call Spirit. And don't worry about it. Give it to God. Calm down. Because if you stress out, that shows you doubt. Yeah. If you're stressed out, it shows you doubt. All right. What do these Virgos in these stories need for their inner peace? Nothing real can be threatened. How can you actively participate in creating heaven or earth? Okay, but nothing real can be threatened. Let's see. 20. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. This passage from A Course in Miracles is a divine reminder that the most important things in life are not the things. we have been taught to focus on. When you go inward into your heart, you will see the areas of your life that feel inauthentic. At times, life can feel out of control and overwhelming, but when you remind yourself where your true power lies, connected to the source and divine love, an illusion falls away. The love within you can pull you into a more peaceful state. When you look outside of yourself, you can easily fall into worry and feel hopeless. Yet the outside world is only a reflection of your inner state. Look at your inner world and care for it. Make choices that are aligned with your truth, that of love. See the world within you as a beautiful place where all the possibilities can manifest. It always starts with you. You are the creator of your experience. Fear and doubt will try to threaten, but love cannot be threatened. When you are aligned with your truth, that of love, nothing can harm you. Like I said, when you know that that cord can't be cut, you know. And like you don't worry as much. So, you can look to others to protect others, but doesn't matter whether you're in separation or you're with your twin, you know, that cord can't be cut. If you don't get together in this lifetime, then you don't. You'll come back together at the end. Divine assignment. This card is an invitation to see the world with fresh eyes, the real world of love, compassion, joy, and participate in the activation of heaven on earth. The world in which we live in part, an illusion. It is not real in the sense of things outside of us, and to which we give such importance. Yeah, it's kind of like my dream where I said, when I woke up, my dreams felt more real, and when I woke up, I felt like this life was the dream. I felt like my dream was more of the reality than here. The material things, the likes, the follows, the outward forms of success are not representative of our true worth. These are fictions created to pull you away from the image of love within you. Everything outside of you is manipulated reality, but the real world is the one in your heart. The intangibles of hope, peace, and love, these are your true power. Their truth can never be taken from you. They are yours because they are a part of you. You can choose to allow these blessings to be part of your everyday life, or you can choose to stay in worry, fear, and discomfort. The choice is always yours. Being called to activate your inner light by seeing yourself as a child of the divine of God. Source energy. The world we live in is created for you to experience more who you are and play in wonder of it all. With this sense of acceptance, you will feel lighter, freer, and more purposeful. All right, Virgos. Feel like the story that's needed to come out has come out. Whether you feel like you've lost your person, or you're afraid that you're going to lose a child, you're afraid that you're going to lose this love. I'm hearing, don't worry, have faith, don't doubt. Keep the faith. Don't give up 2 minutes before your miracle. Sometimes our miracles seem like they take so long and that we're never going to achieve them. But even like in the Bible, the story, they had the baby. She was old. She was really old. Like she didn't expect to have another child, They were going to have a child with someone else. They were going to have another person have this child for, the man. And then she ended up having a child herself because she doubted. She doubted. This, the bottom of the deck, Great Awakening. Walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. Don't doubt it, Virgo. Your story is always meant to be your story. What was meant for you will always be for you. The love that, God has for you, it may transform, but that love can't be taken away because the love is inside you. They say if you want to find out if someone truly loves you psychologically, if someone stops loving you, someone can't pretend to love you after 6 months. If someone tells you they love you for longer than 6 months, then they truly mean it. The same as they say that if you have a friend longer than 7 years, that person will always be your friend because they've stood the test of time. And it takes 6 months to know if you love someone, if someone loves you. I mean, and that's straight psychology. Someone still loves you after 6 months and you've put them through hell, then it's true love. It's an unconditional love. Maybe that's how you feel about someone else. Unconditionally love them. We all have someone. I'm going to pull one of these. Just one. Raindrops. Take a chance on them. Spirit's telling you or your person, take a chance. I know it's raining. Maybe you're afraid to get your clothes wet. Maybe you just got your hair done. Maybe you just got your nails done, or you just got a new outfit or new boots. Maybe you got a whole new wardrobe and new boots, and you don't want to ruin them, but Spirit's telling you, take a chance on them. I got your umbrella. $39 breaks down to a 12. 12 breaks down to a 3. 3. The Empress. Be the Empress, Virgo. That's all I got for you. Down. Bye.
Stay, even for a moment, that's okay. Even if the sky is turning gray.